All right, I think we're live. It looks like we're live. It looks like we've been recording for about 5 seconds. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Extended Cutline Podcast. I am Nate Byer, and I'm glad, proud, excited to show you. Look, we got video to work. Finally, it just took a lot of time, a lot of, I guess, feet dragging, and one negative-degree day for me to sit down and force myself to get to this point. This is the point that I wanted to be at many, many, many months ago. Didn't get there. I thought it was too complicated. Sat down today with a clear head, and guess what? Here's what we got. We were able to figure out video. So we're going to try this today. If we screw it up, if I didn't do the audio right, I'll just delete it and we'll try something different. But this is where I want to be at. I think this is the best way to engage with you, best way for you to engage with me. As much as I don't mind just talking into the microphone and throwing up some video or photos, I think it's a lot more fun when there's actually a talking head that you can let run. Anyways, the whole point today was to try to get video going. We did. We're going to celebrate it, but we're also going to celebrate 2026 in kind of an interesting way. We are going to celebrate 26,000 followers on our leading social media page, which is our Facebook page. Well, it's the leading page because it's the oldest. I believe I started it 2010, 11 or 12, somewhere in there. And it's kind of been our primary vehicle to disseminate images, to share things, video, images, mostly photos, some thoughts, some ideas. Every now and again, I'll share some design work. Every now and again, I'll share some opinions and share kind of an editorial style, written content. Again, that's why I want to get this going, because as much as I enjoy reading, reading can be tough at times. And having the video, the audio, letting that run, quite honestly, that's where we're at. That's how we deliver. That's how we deliver news. That's how we receive news. That's how we digest or consume a lot of any of our content. It's video and audio and video. If it's one or the other, we can enjoy the visual. And as a society, we probably are more visually have a stronger visual vocabulary than any other generation. But I do like the written word, and I think it's important to be able to read and write and communicate effectively. So today you're going to see me looking at the screen here. Eventually we need to do something to put a screen here as well, so I can look here and get used to staring into this cyclops. That's basically what a camera is. It's basically a mechanical cyclops. So today, like I said, 26,000 followers on the Facebook page. That's a big deal as far as I'm concerned. Our numbers are not earth shattering. Our numbers will not make anybody necessarily bat an eye, but I know how many Facebook pages are out there. It's a billion D. Most of them don't reach even 1,000 followers. So getting to 26K after 15, 16 years, that's pretty cool. And as I thought about it, we reached 26K in the year 2026. So that's, to me, it was a good idea to drop this video with that for that. And also, ever since we hit 25,000, which was, I don't know, a year or so ago. And again, 25,000 is one of those anniversary things, 25, 50, 75, 100. Those are milestones we celebrate. Nobody celebrates a 26. Surely nobody celebrates a 27. But to reach the 26K in 2026, and because I screwed up the 2020 or the 25,000, I thought it was important to hit on this now, or at least to send it up. This is a great time to do it. If you follow, if you like, if you have shared or commented at anything that we've done with our Facebook page, cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's terrific. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see. We've had a lot of interactions. We've had a lot of people come through the page. We've had people, follow, and then they don't want to follow. I would like to believe people follow our page because they think we put out good work, not just because they like me or they want to, they think that, oh, that's really nice, but we don't, or my kid is on that page frequently enough. I want people to follow the page because they think we are putting out quality content. If we're not putting out quality content, let us know. If you think that our standards have fallen, we need to change that. But 26,000, that's a lot. So let's walk you through the process. Again, I'm going to try to make this be hopefully not a super long episode, but I need to practice trying this thing live. Why did we go to a Facebook page? I did not want a Facebook business page. I wanted all of my stuff to come out of my personal page. And the reason for that, you just connect with people differently. A business page, the business page is not as personable, let's say. Also, the business page, one of the biggest drawbacks, you don't get the Facebook memories that way. If you're younger and don't necessarily use Facebook, or if you're older and still haven't tried Facebook, again, these memory photos pop up. These 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. I actually do think that the Facebook memory thing will celebrate, or would celebrate, a 27-year ago thing. I don't think we've reached that point. At least I haven't. But I still was on Facebook before a lot of people were, simply because I was of the right age at the right time. Facebook was a college exclusive thing. I picked up on it because I was in college. So I jumped on because everybody else was jumping on at that time. 2004, 2005? I want to say 2005. I remember doing a story about it for our newspaper at Viterbo, something about Facebook. And I remember having my roommates sit in front of a laptop, and I did some sort of photo, some sort of illustration where I swapped off the screen so it said Facebook, because it was a big thing. It's hard to remember that now, but like, I remember it being new, fresh, wild, because of the connectivity, not all the political nonsense, not all the advertising. It was simply set up for, I can go message you. I can connect with other friends in college, maybe some that I never get a chance to see because they're overseas. We can shoot you a message. We can look at your birthdays. We can poke you. Whatever stupid internet stuff you could do. It was fun. It was. Sometime after I had graduated, maybe a couple of years, I'm going to say around 2010, 2011, is when they allowed the adults, the real adults, to jump on Facebook. And that's where I think a lot of folks are really turned off, because it was supposed to be this exclusive club for a certain age. However, and you had to have I think you had to have a school email address to get into it, some sort of university. Maybe that's a .edu type email address, if I remember correctly. But then all the adults, all the normies kind of jumped on it. And I don't want to say that they ruined it, but like everything else, once you put a certain age demographic, or once a certain age demographic has access to it, it's not cool anymore. And eventually that's kind of probably what happened with X or Twitter. That's kind of what happened, maybe, or will happen with a TikTok or a Snapchat, because honestly, it just permeates society in such a deep manner. You have parents that try to be more friends than parents. So they're on the social media, maybe to monitor their kids too, which probably isn't a terrible thing. So they're, following. I actually don't have my mom as a friend on Facebook, I'm pretty sure, mostly because we don't need to connect that way. She can just tell me, yes, there's a thing. Okay, cool. Anyways, so we were on Facebook early, and I filled up my friend allotment. I believe you top out at 5,000. So I had like 5,000 Facebook friends, whatever you want to call it. Again, because with business, with school, with other connections, let's say 4-H stuff. Maybe there were some church camp kids that I recalled. Excuse me. I was connected to a lot of people. I took advantage of the Facebook. It was good. However, once you filled up with the slots, I was adding people so I could tag people. It worked really well. And I knew that functionality wouldn't be the same if I went to a business page. And I hated the idea of it. I hated the idea of going to a business page, but I did. And it worked. Once people bought in to that page existing, they come back, and just like you right now, you come back for more GX3 media content, whether it's good, bad, whether you like it, whether you like some of the teams, or whether you absolutely hate some of those teams, you're still there. And I appreciate that. we've had some people that have been on this journey with us for a decade or more, some that maybe are approaching that have or have been following along since we've jumped on that Facebook platform for its entirety. So we're talking 15, maybe 16 years at this point. That's pretty cool. If you know that you're one of those people, wow. I don't know how loud I can clap without. Okay. Again, we're trying some things out here. We're going to make some mistakes as we go. If we like the setup, great. I know that I've got to move some things around in this room. It's going to give me, if you see over here in our background, yeah, I found a way to just throw some 1x3 canvases up. I think this gives me good. Logan's not here to hear this. It gives me a reason to buy some more or to create some more, so we can change those out. Let's think of some of our other high level championship quality teams, whatever. I think that there's a place to swap those out. Maybe even get some vertical ones. The Whatever. There's a yellow one behind me. There we go. The vertical actually looks really, really cool when you build anything vertically with the 1x3, and I love the 1x3 format. Anyways, I've got some ideas for that, but this is kind of our vision. This is what we wanted to do, because I do think that the interaction with even a stupid talking head like me being here is important. I think it does help do something for our podcast, so it's not just you listening to the audio. And maybe the next step is to actually find a way to take the audio and the visual and split them so that the audio can just run as audio. But again, one step at a time. Remember, today we're going to celebrate 26K, 26,000 people following this one page. Knowing where I live, again, we don't have a giant population, and to get 26,000 people in basically the southwest corner of Wisconsin. Yeah, I know I've got some folks in Minnesota and some folks in Iowa that follow, but still, that's pretty impressive as far as I'm concerned. We provide pretty localized coverage of sports. It's not national coverage. There's no reason for anybody from New York to care about what happens in a place like in Ithaca, in a place like even a Reedsburg, or even a place like a Whitehall. But you guys do care. And I've said it before. One of the reasons I do the things that I do, and I do it the way that I do, is I just remember the bigger newspapers and how they used to cover sports. They wouldn't cover a whole conference. They don't cover a whole area. Their area is made up of numbers. Simply put, if they're not selling papers, they're not covering that area. And I don't necessarily agree with that philosophy, because every place is somehow connected. Just because town A doesn't have a lot of subscribers doesn't mean that town B, C, and D, who are right next door, don't care about what happens in town A. Everybody's related in our small towns. So that's why I think trying to connect everybody, even if it's not direct, but it's by proximity, I think there's a sweet spot there. Anyways, this is our experiment. We're trying it. I hope this works. If you are one of those 26,000 people that have followed along on our Facebook page, great. Keep in mind, we are still on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We are on Instagram, which is connected to Facebook. So make sure you get there. Obviously, this is our YouTube page. If you're not watching this through YouTube, that means I shared it someplace else. Good job, me. We need to continue to try new things, because whatever I've done, it's worked to a point, but I need to learn new skills, and I need to evolve I need to evolve my talents as well. And this is one of the fun ways that I think we can do it. I hope this format works. We need just a solitary camera for this. Eventually, what I'd like to do is bring people in here so we can have, one or two folks talking at a time. I think that's kind of, again, down the road pipe dream, but it is hard to have people from such, my territory is pretty big. So to bring people to come in here to do discussions might not necessarily be what we're able to do here. But again, that's a dream. You have to dream big. If you like this, great. Let me know. If you think that our audio is bad, let me know. If you think that the visuals are bad, let me know. I'm trying to get feedback to see where we can get stronger at. And the only way to get better is to critique your work, tear it apart, tear it down, offer some constructive criticism, and offer solutions, because there has to be a way to make this better. Anyways, I've enjoyed doing this. This is a great experiment for me. And I can't tell you the relief it is for me to get to this point where mechanical Cyclops here, okay, the camera is basically a Cyclops, it's a mechanical Cyclops, and I can have this discussion. Probably, maybe I should just print something off here so I'm talking to somebody. Anyways, like I said, let me know what you think. Oh, and remember, as I look forward to the future, when somebody looks back at this video or when I look back at this, let's mark today. I'm recording this on January 23rd, 2026. When I woke up today and looked at the thermometer, it read -15, -20. Everybody was more or less canceled in terms of school today, so I had time to come monkey around with this. This is basically a cold day, and this is how we decided to play. We learn new skills. Hip hip hooray. I like the rhyming. Oh, wait. I like the rhyming. We'll get this figured out. Anyways, we're in a good spot. I'll finish with this. If you're one of those 26,000, thank you. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. I'll include Logan in that too. If you're not one of those 26,000, why aren't you? Go do it. You know you want to. You want something usually pretty positive or colorful to fill up your news feed. It's way better than all the political mumbo jumbo or all the, well, I don't know if you can avoid the advertising. It gets there. It gets embedded. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming along the ride, whether it's been all 15 or 16 years, at least on this platform, whether it's been 1 year, 1 month, doesn't matter. We're glad to have you along. We're going to do good things. If you have ideas, please share them. Anyways, I'm Nate Beyer. This is the Extended Cutline Podcast. Getting closer to the dream and the vision that we kind of had, or that we've had for the last couple of years. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys learned something. We'll see you at a game, hopefully with some warmer temps. Have a great day. We're going to click end stream and see you later.